So, I know I'm way late in starting this. First off, hi. But I know I'm way late in starting this, but I did want to make a video about Pokemon Pokopia because I'm interested. So, I guess we can start. We did get a trailer a bit ago. It was still November when that was happening. I guess we can start with the fact that we found out that the same people who are making Dragon Quest Builders are making this, which will inform some of my questions and thoughts about it. But that's exciting, right? Because I said when we first saw it that that it seems like Dragon Quest Builders but with Pokemon. Most people likened it to things like Minecraft and Animal Crossing because that was what they were familiar with. But I played Dragon Quest Builders despite the fact that I've played Minecraft so much more, and yeah, that makes sense now. That feeling I got. So I'm struggling to figure out where I should start with this. I guess I can start with the most major thing. There are unique versions of Pokemon here. So let's just go down the list. So first we have Professor Tangrowth. This is our guide, person who introduced us to what we're doing in this area. And I can appreciate the different design aspects they took with it, like the broken glasses and the TM on top of his head, which it's important for reasons we'll get to. But yeah, it's alternate form of Tangrowth. Next we have Pikachu, an unusually pale Pikachu. People think she's a ghost shape because of the notch, like the little heart shape at the end of the tail, which is unusually small for a Pikachu. Again, don't really know what's going on with her. She could be a ghost, some type of specter, given if I haven't watched the trailer in a bit, but if I remember correctly, the lights were freaking out when she was being shown off. Next, we have Moslax. So the other two didn't really have much that we needed to read with them, but Moslax here. Moss has grown all over the Snorlax, and a flower sways atop its head. How long has it been asleep? Again, we'll get back to this dude because this is a lot of lore stuff. And then we have Smear Guru, a painter with a lot of paint on him. And they allude that they're going to be more unique friends to discover. I brought up everything that I did about the lore because we saw it already, but we got to see more of it. That this is an abandoned area, a place that people and Pokemon alike used to exist in. And now they don't, for whatever reason. As a matter of fact, later on in the trailer, again, I don't have it, I'm not watching it, but again, when they talk about things like requests and missions, they specifically mention freeing Pokemon that have been stuck for a long time. The example they gave was an Onix being stuck in a hole for a long time. And the lore is practically especially in terms of interests, if you're not into like a Dragon Quest Builders type thing, is the driving force for this, because it's not just all that. It's the fact that the tiles for the place that you're in look like the tiles for Fuchsia City, I believe it was, from Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Right? It was Fuchsia. Let me check. Yeah, it's Fuchsia City from Let's Go specifically. Like that is those tiles for the ground. And as a matter of fact, if I look and see where the ruins of that Pokemon Center are, that's basically exactly where the Pokemon Center is in Fuchsia, isn't it? It looks like it. It looks to be somewhat close. But yeah, there's all that. The fact that it's playing versions of Kanto's music during the trailer, and only that. And then like I brought up the people making the game before. Well, part of the reason that we brought that and the Dragon Quest Builders thing in general up, they made Dragon Quest Builders. Dragon Quest Builders takes place in a universe. I don't remember which ones it was exactly, but apparently Dragon Quest Builders takes place in an alternate universe where the hero fails. Much like how in the Zelda timeline specifically, from what I remember, Zelda 1 and 2 take place in a universe where the Hero of Time fails, where Ocarina of Time Link doesn't stop Ganondorf. Dragon Quest Builders takes place in that type of alternate universe, and all the remnants of civilization, as well as and having that civilization be so visually similar to places we've been to already, that really, lore-wise, that brings up the question, is this another one of those types of things? Is this a version of, let's say, Kanto, where one of the evil teams from a previous generation succeeds? I don't know. Well, I mean, Team Flare was pretty adamant that they would delete everything off the planet, but that could have just not been true also, if they had done it. But, I don't know, Team Flare, Team Magma or Aqua, even Team Rocket could probably have gotten them this far. But yeah, that a lot of that is the reason why emphasis on the lore when this game is talked about, in terms of the game itself anyway. And I'm excited to see how that works out, because they usually don't do stuff like that a lot of the time. I think the closest we've gotten to is Team Rainbow Rocket, actually, because I was about to say the fact that there's a timeline with and without Mega Evolution, but the Delta episode and in Omega Ruby of Sapphire and Team Rainbow Rocket are actually the closest we've gotten, that being the mention of said other universe in the former, and in the latter, those bosses from other teams being from versions of their world where they succeed or are about to succeed. Side note, real sad that it requires the main characters of those places to not exist, period. But, whatever. So yeah, that's the lore and the new creatures and stuff. Gameplay wise, they've revealed the fact that it is it's a game share game, so people who don't have the game, so long as you're it's only a Nintendo Switch 2 game, so it doesn't exactly matter in that case. But so long as someone has the game, you can game share it to other consoles, including the Switch 1 family of consoles. So the original Switch, the Switch Lite, the Switch OLED. That's good. That's a really good thing. Very rare that games do that. I think the only other one that, especially across generations like that, I think Donkey Kong Bonanza does, and that might actually be it. Granted, there aren't that many Switch 2 exclusives that we can really talk about in the first place, but having two pretty big ones that can do that is really good. They've also So we have missions, and they've expanded the type of things that we can do. They've expanded what they've shown that we can do. We can use what was it, Rock Smash or Brick Break, to punch rocks, and then they revealed we can turn into versions of some Pokemon to use as our travel. Dragonite for gliding, Lapras for surfing, using Rock Smash and all that. Then they showcase more of the building and stuff. We get to see more of the structures and things we can build. One of the things that I'm really looking forward to, actually, so I'll read this part right here. Befriend other Pokemon. Your Pokemon neighbors are excited to join you on your adventures, whether it's playing together or helping you build houses to welcome even more friends. So this is basically, we can have our own little party of sorts, and they follow us around. That'll be a really good help, especially since, you know, we can see things like electric types being needed for electricity, which makes sense. Now, because of Dragon Quest Builders, one has to ask if there's any form of, like, combat involved. I believe I mentioned this a couple times on stream. But the only one of the games that I've seen people liken it to that has none at all is Animal Crossing. And even then, that's technically not true. You can get your shit rocked by spiders and shit, so you just can't fight back, really. Unless you catch it with a bug net. But, well, can you? I don't play Animal Crossing. I could have swore I saw someone do that before. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. I'm still happy with this regardless. I like building and doing stuff. I'm more of a combat type person, just in general. But I can do this. This is cool. And yeah, as mentioned before, it's cross. It's a multiplayer game. You can play multiplayer with it, so obviously other people can join you as well. And other than that, they showed off building more stuff. They showed off customization for trainers. You know, it's stuff that you would expect, like berry fields and all that stuff. Like, it's stuff that you would expect, you know, like cameras and stuff. But I'm really liking the way it's coming together. It's really unique in the way it's coming together, too, both with the Ditto aspect and also, right, we have actually some styles that they've replicated for clothing, and that, like in the trailer, the one character was cosplaying basically as Misty and even hitting her pose. So I'm excited to see how far a lot of this goes. Like, we have, I think there's one picture of them dressed as what would essentially be a sightseer from, I think it's more from Alola, if anything. But yeah, like, it's definitely referencing a lot in terms of the series, which is a good thing, especially for a game that we know is coming out for the 30th anniversary year of the series, so that's a really good thing to be doing. But yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to talk about. Really enjoying what I'm seeing. It's a different game altogether, so if you're not, you know, into this type of stuff, it being Pokemon most likely won't change your mind. You know? Yeah, it comes out... When does it come out? It comes out March 5th, 2026. Around 4 months from now. Not even 4, actually. It's approaching 3. March 5th is actually less than a week after Pokemon Day. So, if nowhere else, we're definitely seeing it then. But I can see us getting at least another trailer between now and February. But it really just depends. So yeah, that's about it. Definitely getting this. Maybe not day one. If it's not day one, it might not be it might not be day one, and it might not be a stream, but it definitely will be on the channel at some point. So yeah, that's about it. Really enjoying what I've been seeing so far, and I'll see y'all around. Bye.